Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're zeroing in on a pretty significant development out in San Clemente, their new chief of police services.
That's right.
Our intel comes from a press release issued by the Orange County Sheriff's Department. That was February 18th, 2025.
Just recently, yeah.
And our mission here is really to, cut through the noise, get you the essential details about this appointment, and maybe figure out why it matters, especially if you're in or around San Clemente, or maybe you just follow law enforcement leadership.
Okay. Well, what immediately jumped out is the announcement itself. Captain Justin Chevalier, he's from the Orange County Sheriff's Department, and he's taking the helm as the new chief.
Right, the new chief of police services for San Clemente.
Exactly. Now, the press release mentions he actually stepped into the role on Friday, February 7th.
Yeah, there's a slight date difference there between the release and the actual start date.
Yeah, a little lag.
Yeah.
But look, the core fact is San Clemente has its new police chief. That's the main thing.
Absolutely. And right from the start, Chevalier laid out his priorities. He stated his commitment to, boosting public safety, building stronger ties with the community,
Standard goals, but important.
and making sure San Clemente stays safe and welcoming. It's the kind of statement you expect, sure. But when you
Yeah.
look at his background, it feels like it carries a bit more weight.
I think that weight comes from his deep roots in the area. His law enforcement career actually started right there in San Clemente on patrol.
Oh, interesting. So he knows the streets already.
Precisely. That initial experience, it gives him an insider's perspective on the city's specific public safety landscape, its unique challenges. You really can't put a price on that kind of firsthand knowledge.
No doubt. And his time with the Orange County Sheriff's Department, it stretches almost 2 decades. That shows a real commitment to the region, doesn't it?
It really does. It's not just a brief stop.
He's seen a lot, it sounds like. From custody and court operations to patrol, including that early San Clemente stint and investigations. But here's where it gets, I think, particularly interesting. He was part of the South Gang Enforcement Team.
Right, SGENT. And what's fascinating about that team is their approach. It's multi-pronged, tackling gang activity, not just with enforcement.
But also intelligence gathering.
Exactly. Intelligence and actively engaging with the community. So Chevalier's experience there likely means he understands the value of a data-driven but also community-focused strategy for dealing with local crime issues.
Okay, that makes sense. A balanced approach.
Following that, he moved into the Special Investigations Bureau. There, he was leading complex investigations, often involving multiple agencies.
That suggests some serious coordination skills. Navigating different organizations, different priorities.
Definitely. Crucial for leadership. He also climbed the ranks as a sergeant, serving in custody, Yorba Linda Police Services, and then back in special investigations. And there, he was managing technology-based investigations and some key programs.
Wow, so quite a range. Custody, patrol, gangs, complex investigations, technology.
This diverse trajectory is key, I think. Someone who's held roles in such varied areas, they've likely developed a really comprehensive understanding of how the different parts of the system work together, or sometimes don't work together.
Right, seeing the whole picture.
That broad perspective, it can be incredibly valuable when you're making strategic decisions as chief.
And his most recent role before this.
Watch commander at the James Music Facility,
Whoa.
overseeing daily operations, logistics, significant managerial experience right there.
Okay, so you can really see how this whole range of experiences from like boots on the ground patrol to leading specialized units and managing large-scale operations, it equips him pretty well for this new chief role in San Clemente.
Absolutely. And it's also worth noting his commitment to ongoing education. He holds a master's in criminal justice from USC.
USC, okay.
And a bachelor's in business from the University of Phoenix. So you have this blend of practical law enforcement understanding and a more academic managerial perspective.
That's a strong combination.
Yeah.
Plus, he's got specific certifications too, right?
Yeah, things like homicide and narcotics investigations, incident command systems. These aren't just, pieces of paper. They represent specialized knowledge, skills that could be directly applicable to challenges San Clemente might face.
Good point. It shows he's kept up with specialized training.
And just to round out the picture, beyond the professional stuff, the press release also mentions his family life, his interest in golf and fitness supporting his kids' activities.
Right, the personal side.
Small details, maybe, but they help paint a picture of a well-rounded person, someone with ties beyond just the job. Connects on a human level.
Okay, so let's recap quickly. San Clemente has a new chief of police services, Captain Justin Chevalier. He brings nearly 2 decades with OCSD, importantly prior service in San Clemente,
Crucial detail.
and a background spanning patrol, investigations, specialized units like gang enforcement, and significant leadership roles.
Exactly. And for you, the listener, the key takeaway really is this. Chevalier's varied background suggests he's a leader who understands law enforcement from multiple angles, from, community engagement right up to complex strategic operations.
Okay, makes sense. So here's maybe a thought to chew on as we wrap up. Given Chief Chevalier's really extensive and diverse experience across all these different facets of law enforcement, what kind of innovative strategies might he actually introduce to enhance public safety in San Clemente?
That's the big question, isn't it?
And maybe what are some of the crucial questions the community might have for their new leader as he steps into this really vital role?
Definitely things to consider.
All right, thanks for diving deep with us today.